Welcome back to Off the Break podcast. We are so excited to be here this week.
Of course we are.
Yes. We have Avatar coming out. Woo!
Tonight,
Finally,
we're recording on Thursday.
We're recording Thursday. Early shows are coming out tonight. We'll know tomorrow where a little bit better where we stand, but off to a good start internationally. So
Is that
pretty strong.
What's happening so far? I haven't been able to check yet.
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know the exact number, but I know it's healthy.
The reviews are better than okay. They're like floating around okay, but it doesn't really matter.
That's the spirit, Ken.
Hey, well, it's not it's a cinematic experience. It's not a movie. Like, people aren't going to this to be entertained by the storyline and the character development, and it's like they're going to have a cinematic experience. That's what they're going to this for.
Sure. Very base level story, similar to the first one, I would imagine. But, I think in the times that we're in now, like, that's okay. We need that escapism in this era of movie going. And
Top Gun didn't redo the wheel here.
Yeah.
It was straightforward.
It didn't change the game for storytelling, but
Correct. That's
it made $1 billion, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Avatar hopefully could also make $1 billion. Then we'll be back in 2009 when life was easier.
Hey,
Was life easier? I think it was.
I
don't remember a time before the pandemic
Yeah, because
anymore.
we were in our 20s, Cody. It was easier. Kyle was in middle school.
Life was hard. It was rough for old Kyle.
I think 2009, we were in love, starting our lives.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Ignoring responsibility
because we were young adults. We didn't have it.
Yeah.
Maybe I am in the better time. Maybe. Now I think back to 2009, middle school. Ooh, man, those are the worst years.
I was looking back. This is our biggest release since. I mean, we didn't think Spider-Man was going to pop as much as it did, but our biggest like pre-release excitement that we've had since like Last Jedi.
Yeah.
You think it's
December
that big?
2018. Yeah. Oh, this is huge, Cody.
Yeah.
This is the biggest movie we've had in 4 years.
Because I think there's lots of conversation around it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like the most recent, I don't know, superhero movies to where it's like, oh, another one.
This will easily be the biggest movie of the year.
Yes.
That opened in 2022. This may be the biggest movie of 23.
No.
It'll have a good leg up.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's like number 2 for 22 still.
That's
and
true.
it opened in December of 21. So it's entirely possible this could be the biggest movie of 23 also. I hope it does. I'm not genuinely looking forward to this movie, but I am looking forward to the grosses and the theater going and the excitement.
I hope it has
around
positive word of mouth, and I hope that it gets a lot of people in, especially people that have chosen not to go to the movies in the last couple of years. I hope it's another shot at creating that movie-going behavior.
Yeah, hopefully it's that reminder of why going to the movie theaters is as special as it can be.
Yes.
Because that's kind of what happened with the first Avatar in, 2009.
It's just such a different time with obviously they're not going to go aggressive with the streaming approach on this because they can't. They need it to run in theaters for months.
Yeah.
to make back what they spent on it. But I'm just so excited for it. I think I'm not excited for the film, but I'm excited for what it causes.
What the potential could be.
I think that's what's nice about our industry and what we do is that we're so hopeful. When
are we?
We are. Yeah. When everybody is saying like, oh, movie going is dead, we're still hopeful that it takes that one film to spark that excitement again, and then people come back.
Yeah.
And maybe then it's like 2 films in a row, and with just that little bit of hope on each new week, because each week is new. It doesn't matter what happened last week. This week, there's always a new possibility that the industry is going to come back, or customers are going to come back, or that film is going to make an impact. And I like that. I like that cleaning of the slate, having that new hope. You have to be optimistic. If you're pessimistic, then it's just downward spiral.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
So where would you put this at in the box office openings rankings? Where do you think it's going to open all time?
175.
175, which doesn't even put it in the top 10 of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
200 maybe?
I mean, I was going to guess 185. I'm being honest.
185 wouldn't put it in the top 10 either. 200 would put it above the live action Lion King, which you know how much you two love,
I didn't
and
even
below
see that one.
below the original Black Panther.
But that's just how much life has changed when it comes to the movie industry.
I agree. I don't think it's I don't think it's us being critical of Avatar as a movie. I think it's us being realistic that the overall box office has come down. It has been hurt. It has not recovered fully, and that we can't expect $250 million openings anymore. I think a really healthy box office opening that right now is 175 to 200, and there's very few films that have been able to do that right now.
Yeah, but even still, that people will think that's a bad thing, but that still will be a very good number. And
Right.
you know, the first Avatar wasn't smashing records on opening day, I don't believe. Like, it wasn't opening to $100 million, but it just kept, you know, playing and kept going, and it had the legs and the momentum, and that's all we're asking for here. Like, yeah, that opening number, it won't be in the 200 millions, but it still will be a really great number, and we just hope that there's enough momentum after that.
What did Spider-Man open to?
260 million.
Good God.
So your whole
but-
argument just fell
No,
apart.
but that I feels like
industry
very
has
much like an
changed.
outlier. Yeah, that feels very much like an outlier. Like it's
From 12 months ago.
one film in the last 3 years that did that. That's not. That is
We
the
also live-
definition of an outlier.
We also live in a world where 3 Spider-Man is more exciting than the technology leaps and bounds that James
of
Cameron
a
has
10-year-old
done.
franchise.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's just a different time that we're in. That this number shouldn't be
I
surprising.
thought I was going to be the one on the
13th
less popular side, or the more popular side of this, by saying I think it's going to do huge numbers. Turns out I was wrong.
I don't know. I mean,
Wow.
we've been wrong many times. You could
Yeah.
be
The
right
North-
in that this blows the
Hot
doors
take: the
wide
North
open.
America opening is going to be $300 million for this film.
I like the spirit.
Okay, I can
That would be
tell you
awesome.
that what I'm hearing from advanced ticket sales, now that this isn't an indication of what box office is going to be, but there are some areas that are selling out multiple shows of advanced tickets, and there's some that haven't sold anything.
Sure.
So whereas the advanced tickets on Spider-Man were across the board way heavy, like way heavier than what we thought was going to happen at that time.
Mhm.
Like, so you were getting a little advance notice. This one is very hit or miss depending upon the area. So I don't
Yeah,
know what that
yeah.
translates
Depending on
to,
what
but
your blue person diversity is.
yeah.
Whether whatever your opinions may be, we're not gonna talk about that. That's not what this show is.
No, I
But,
remember the
yeah.
song. I'm blue.
Da-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
All right,
Kyle,
now
do you remember that song? Is that before
I do
your time?
because there's been a remake of it.
yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
gotten
there
super
has to be a
popular.
I
sequel
was
or
gonna say, is there a
something.
talk on it somewhere?
Yeah,
that they,
it was
There
TikTok.
has to be a sequel.
Some DJ
Yeah.
Rebranding.
made it a comeback song, and it's being rediscovered and whatever.
Well,
I'm sick
Oh
of
my
it
gosh.
already.